Well, that was quite the display. Care to explain what that was all about? Relax. I have no intention of harming you, and I have no intention of ratting you out either. Please. Do you really think I would be foolish enough to rat out one of my comrades? Really? You aren't one of my comrades. Something tells me you weren't informed of us. Bertholdt and myself. Is that correct? Ah. How very kind of everyone else to leave you so uninformed. Shall I fill you in on the details, then? I'm the armored titan. Bertholdt, the Colossal. That ring a bell at all? Really? You were sent to look for us. Why's that? Ah, right. We haven't had a chance to report back to Zeke yet, and it has been a while since we saw him last. I can understand why the government was worried about us, but I assure you, everything is going according to plan. Well, for the most part at least. Didn't you hear? Annie Leonhardt, the holder of the female titan, she was captured, taken into custody. By whom? Whom do you think? The Eldians, of course. Why would our own government betray us like that? Capture one of our best assets, and take her out of the fight. Do you really think they'd be that foolish? Or that confident in the rest of us? I certainly doubt it. We don't know where she is. Only that we won't be seeing her anytime soon. Oh, yeah. Of course I can help you. Hold still a sec. You don't mind if I cut you out of here instead of pulling you out, do you? No, it's just... Oftentimes, being pulled out of a rotting titan carcass can hurt more than being cut out. Trust me, it's a lot quicker too. Alright, just don't move your arms, okay? I'd hate to cut one of them off. Ugh. There you go. Oh, did I nick you? No? Good. Not that it would have mattered much anyway. You would have healed quickly. I'm not saying it wouldn't have still hurt. It just wouldn't have been as serious if you were a human. A normal human, anyway. Guess you're right. No one can truly be considered a normal human. Especially among devils such as our so-called comrades. Speaking of which, you wouldn't happen to be after Aaron, would you? I see. You merely came to check in on us and make sure everything was going smoothly. That makes sense. Who's Aaron? He is the current holder of the Attack and Founding Titan powers. How he attained the latter is beyond my understanding. We were led to believe that the king possessed that power. However, we were shocked to realize that Aaron is in fact its current holder. Right. That doesn't help you much, does it? He's a fellow member of the Survey Corps. We work closely beside him. During the 57th expedition, Annie went after him. Unfortunately, the Survey Corps has several other valuable assets, such as Captain Levi. Levi, along with Mikasa Ackerman, together they took Aaron back. And when they attempted to talk to Annie, she was forced to transform. Why? Because they figured her out. Her fighting style, her knowledge of all of the scouts, even her appearance. They all gave her away. I believe Armin was the one to figure it out, though I can't say for certain. He did seem rather suspicious of her after encountering her during the expedition. In fact, he's the only reason we were able to find Aaron during that expedition in the first place. He came to realize that we were all given different versions of the plan. And he figured out exactly where Aaron was. Fortunately, I'd caught up to him at that time. So I decided to give Annie a little hint. She pretended to catch me. Pretended to crush me like a bug. All while I was carving directions into her hand. It worked fairly well, however. I have no doubt that eventually we'll be discovered. It's inevitable at this point. They're already suspicious of everyone here, especially after Annie. I beg your pardon? We can't just go back. We can't retreat. Not at a time like this. They're learning. They're learning about the history of these walls. If we aren't careful, those devils will... They'll figure everything out. And if that happens, if Aaron figures out what's going on, that little kid, he has more issues than I do. And that's saying something. If he figures out what he's capable of with this power, and they discover the true source of all their suffering, he could flatten this earth. And we do not need that happening. You don't know? Let's not discuss it then. It would only serve to make you hesitant, make you fearful. That's the last thing we need right now. A comrade who hesitates. What's our plan? We're going to attempt to deter them from learning anything else. And if we're confronted, like Annie was, because they figure out what we are, we'll try to convince Aaron Yeager to come back with us. At least, that's my plan. I haven't had a chance to discuss it with Bertholdt yet. However, he can be a bit of a pushover at times. I have no doubt he'll go along with it, though he may object at first. If they never figure it out, we might just have to help them. Only for Aaron's understanding. That way we can avoid further conflict and hopefully convince him to come with us willingly. If that doesn't work, we're willing to take him by force. Of course, that would take up a lot of energy. And it would be extremely risky. Though we're skilled fighters and strong in our Titan forms, with Levi and Mikasa, along with the rest of the scouts, it would be difficult for us to get out of there alive and unscathed. I am not afraid. I'm merely being cautious. There's a difference between being afraid and being smart. Or haven't you learned that by now? What's the difference? Fear is usually irrational and illogical. You either base it off of nothing, or you base it off of a single experience. Being cautious, however, being logical and smart about it, you base it off of facts. You base it off of several experiences, and you base it off of all of the information you have available to you. Understand now? Good. So, now that you know we're all right, what orders were you given to follow through upon? Really? You're meant to stay with us. I'm not sure how well that will work out. Unless... Are you willing to act as bait? What do I mean by that? It's simple, really. You'll fight Eren Yeager. In your Titan form, of course. You'll allow yourself to be captured. And you will infiltrate the Survey Corps. In a different way. You'll find out what questions they would ask us. You'll find out what they know based on what they want to learn. That way, even if we're forced to retreat, you'll still be there, in captivity, and they won't suspect a thing. They'll think you acted on your own and that you aren't aware of what we're going to do. But you'll know. And of course, we'll come back for you. Think you can handle that? All right, then. I'll take my horse and ride up ahead. I'll fire off a red signal flare. When I do so, you'll transform. Here, take this. You'll need it. It's a map of this expedition's formation. It says that Eren is in the right flank, however, he ought to be rear of the center. That's where he was last time, after all. Armin says it's the safest place in the formation. Of course, they'd keep their most valuable asset there. You ready? All right. Remember, wait for my signal. Good luck.